You'll have to excuse me now, I'm probably going to look down an awful lot because I had to write down absolutely everything I was going to go through. So, first and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here tonight for the official launch of the Dooley Foundation. I suppose we all know why we're here, and unfortunately last June, Emma's life was ended too soon, so my life, I suppose, and the life of Emma's family and my own family and friends were totally affected by this. A number of years ago, one of my close friends, one of our close friends went through organ donation, and that's kind of what sat with us more than anything, and to see exactly what they went through for a number of years, and then what the life changes, what happened to them afterwards, was just unbelievable. So it was something that the decisions had to be made, and I'm absolutely delighted with myself and Emma's family that we made the decisions we had to make. Like Emma brought qualities to my life which was just incredible. She was gentle, she was kind, she brought the best out of me anyway, which is hard done, I think, in a lot of ways. Don't stop laughing. Those qualities, I suppose, with Emma, we shared for over a decade, and I'm delighted that we did. Unfortunately, these things do happen, and I suppose it's difficult to understand how things like this can happen to people, but we do see it on a daily basis. And through organ donation, Emma's family and I have been comforted in the knowledge that other people have benefited from the organ donations. As I said before, at least there's a little bit of Em still around. I just want to go through a letter I received recently, which was, I suppose, for me, in one way it was kind of hard to take, but actually once I'd settled into it, it was something that I suppose I benefited from, and I hope Emma's family and my family benefited from. It just reads: "To the family who saved my life, my name is Alan. I'm married with 2 daughters and a son. My children have grown up and have all moved out of home. In June I received the great gift of a liver transplant from you, which has been a complete success. Prior to my transplant, I suffered from a liver disease for a period of up to 15 years, which became steadily worse until it was necessary for a transplant to save my life. There was a possibility that I would not survive to the Christmas period. This is the hardest letter I've ever written. To express my gratitude to everyone who has suffered, or to someone who has suffered so much pain whilst bringing so much happiness to my family and I, which are selfless act and much kindness. I cannot imagine the heartbreak you have suffered, but I do hope that you gain some comfort from the happiness you brought to my family and I. I would like you to know that there is not a day that goes by without me thinking of you and your family. Thanks to you, my wife and I are heading off this weekend to visit our children in London, something I haven't been able to do since I've been on the transplant list. Words cannot show my appreciation. All I can do is send my love and hope you're staying strong, and thank you for the gift of life you have given to me. Yours sincerely, Alan and family." I got through that one. I suppose throughout the early hours and days of confusion and overwhelming grief, I was supported and guided and consoled by the organ donation team from Beaumont Hospital, and a special thanks has to be given to the ICT unit in Tullamore and the Tullamore General Hospital themselves, and also to Martina from Strangeboat. I suppose I just want to run through why we decided to pick the 2 foundations, or the 2 charities that we did. Some months prior to Emma's passing, I became aware of the existence of Strangeboat, and it was through a news article. Having reached a decision on donating Emma's organs, I contacted Martina and have drawn a lot of support over the last months, and I thank her for that. The seeds of the decision to establish the Emma Dooley Foundation and to link it to Strangeboat as a means of fundraising and raising awareness of the value and absolute need for organ donation was sown very early on, from that month onwards. From the National Rehabilitation Hospital side of things, I remember when I was a very, very young guy, a lot younger than I am now, I think, I had to visit a friend of my father's who had a workplace accident. And I have to say, the emotional impact it had on me for that one visit, and I think I was about 9 years of age at the time, and it's literally like it happened yesterday, because I can still remember everything in it. I just recall the conflicting emotions and the stress at the suffering of the patients, but the sheer wonderment of what has been achieved by the NRH in Dún Laoghaire. In the intervening years, my old manager actually suffered from Guillain-Barré syndrome, and he was in the Dún Laoghaire hospital for 6 months. And from a guy that walked in, or sorry, I said a guy that was actually brought in, was not able to move a bone in his body, was 6 months later had turned around, and now he's back running marathons, believe it or not. So the lives that has been transformed from the depths of despair and to embrace the new possibilities became a tremendous work for this hospital alone. On a personal level, I couldn't have muddled through the past year without the love and support of my parents, Emma's parents and family, and both my family and the friends I have and see before me today. The support of the friends, especially those who join me in the 10k runs to raise funds for the foundation, has been wholehearted, and words cannot express my gratitude. As we embark on our final 10k on the 15th of June, a year into that fateful day when God's plan changed an unexpected and unwelcome way, I trust our spirit and generosity, compassion and love will continue to inspire and encourage us. I just want to say thank you to the bottom of my heart to all those that work diligently in the NRH, and to the organ donor teams themselves, and to Strange Boat Donor Foundation, the bereaved families and who have made a difficult but courageous choice to give the gift of life to others. I hope through the work of the foundation you might consider organ donation, and with that in mind I wish you to take an organ donor card tonight. Finally, I hope that our efforts will some way go towards increasing organ donation within the country. For those waiting on life-altering transplant surgeries, I know to speak for all of us in praying, and that I hope that we'll get well soon and be given the gift of life. To those who already underwent transplant surgery, I wish for each of the family and hearty life, and surrounded by family and friends and treasured friends. Now I can get back from that. I suppose when I started the foundation, I started it in September. I decided I was going to do it, and people looked at me, and I have to say some were questioning it and some were kind of supportive of, but overall everyone kind of got on straight away within 2 weeks, and they said we're on board. And it just goes to show that, I know at the moment the website shows that we have 16.5 grand, but now we've actually over 20,000 raised so far, which is absolutely incredible. And I say this again from the bottom of my heart, to have 20,000 in the way we are at the moment and the society we live in is an incredible achievement. And there's been more people have come to me and asked me, can I do everything for the 15th and onwards, and they want to run separate events within Offaly itself or Tipperary, and over the next, say, 6 to 8 months, we're probably going to continue that throughout, say, Dublin, Cork. There's events running over the next few months, which you'll probably hear of. It's not got to do with the exercise, so people will probably be delighted about that one. Just there's a number of people I wish to thank, and I say it now, if I forget anyone I apologise, because there has been so many people to thank over the past 8 to 10 months. Firstly, I'd like to thank Anne-Marie Wright, or as we know her, Anne-Marie Sorohan from Ferbane Pharmacy. Anne-Marie was a person that I got a phone call from Anne-Marie, and she said to me straight away, there's no problem, I want to be the main sponsor for the foundation. And I have to say I was taken aback by it, because someone local to the community to put that much money into it, but there was no way out of it. She said, I'm definitely being your main sponsor. So I have to say, A big thank you to Anne-Marie, and I wish herself and Mark, she recently got married, many happy years, and you deserve it, Anne-Marie. That's all I have to say. We just got our new jerseys done up, and at least we have all our sponsors on it, so I just want to go through them. And a big thank you again to ESBI, my company, and Emma's old company, AIB. They had generous sponsorship throughout the last 8 or 10 months, and they're here. I see a number of them here tonight, and there's a number of them I've heard are going to get ready for the 15th of June as well. So I also like to thank the Brosnan Press, Londis Centre Ferbane, Gleason's Bar, Keith Hart Transport, my Uncle Joe for Joe Wynn Transport, Noel Ferry Truck Repairs Clohan, Hugo Lunam Motors, Arabon, Steripack, and last but not least Eddie and Seamus at Dorsets Ireland. Thanks to each and every one of you for your sponsorship throughout the year. I just wanted to thank my committee members. I set up a committee at the start of the year. It was to push more work on them, but I won't say anything about that. But I'd just like to thank Declan Macri, Brian Lally, Claude O'Sullivan, Brendan Lally, Porrig Boland, and my father for their work. To the friends and family and members who have been with me from day one and who have taken part in the last 8 runs.